Comparing yourself to other women is easy. You go on Instagram, that deadly explore page, and bam, you're scrolling through a beautiful woman's page. Look at her hair, her natural beauty, her tattoos, she's so edgy. Oh my gosh, my partner's liked some of her photos. She's better than me. They're interested in her. If they could, they would choose her over me. You heard me. Get off Instagram. I want to kindly call you out on your self-sabotaging habits. So the more you compare yourself to other women, the more you'll feel negatively towards other women. Makes sense, doesn't it? If you're comparing yourself and you're being harsh to yourself because someone's got something you haven't got, then you're using them as a form of punishment towards you. So you're not going to be looking at other women in a positive light. What do you think this is going to do for your friendships? If you're someone who's struggled with female friendships and struggled to trust women, this whole comparison habit that you've got going on is probably hindering you. When you're constantly comparing yourself to other women on Instagram, you're inevitably going to be doing it in real life too. It becomes a habit. The things that we do online inevitably have an effect on us offline because we spend so much time online. Of course, it's going to trickle into our real life. You're lacking because she's got that gorgeous hair and yours is so thin and horrible. If you're not embracing the differences, oh, I've got this to bring to the table, which this person doesn't, but she's got this and that's cool. And if you can't embrace the differences, then how are you going to do that with the women around you in your friendships? Embracing differences will help your female friendships. The reason why I'm bringing friendship into the mix is because I think if we have good friendships, then we are much more powerful. We lean less on our appearance and more on our personality and the people that we're connected to on this earth, which is a much nicer way to exist and feel validated. So yeah, in terms of friendship, you don't want to do a Blair Waldorf. You don't You don't want your friend to feel like you want them to be less so you feel more. You want your friends to be able to embrace who they are and what makes them shine, because then they're going to want to hang out with you and it's going to be an authentic relationship and it's going to feel good for both parties. The reason why I mentioned Blair Waldorf is because she is really jealous of Selena? What's her name? Serena ends up having to kind of like dull her light. And I really think if Blair had just embraced the fact that she actually has a lot of appeal that might look different to Serena's appeal, it doesn't make it any less valid. If she just embraced that, then it would have made her life a lot easier. Blair and Serena are two very different women, but they're both kind of attractive in their own different ways, and that's a good way to look at it. So at the beginning of this video, oh, I haven't got my rings on. Let's put this earring on though. So at the beginning of this video, I said to get off Instagram. I meant it, get off Instagram. So according to a psychotherapist, Rebecca Sparks, it's human nature to compare ourselves to others. The human brain is wired to compare ourselves to other members of the species. It's a primitive way of keeping ourselves safe. So don't get angry at yourself for comparing yourself to other women. Your old brain is just trying to keep you safe, but we don't need to do that in this world anymore. We're not having to survive in the wild. We're very much safe, climate change and stuff aside. Hearing that might make you feel a bit better and just less judgmental in the fact that you do compare yourself to others. It's not a you thing, it's not your fault, but it's certainly something you can control better by deleting Instagram or stopping viewing certain girls' profiles or unfollowing the Bella Hadids of this world. You can literally decide in 1 minute, I'm not going to be on Instagram anymore. I'm going to stop seeing if he's liked this girl's new photo. It's a lot harder to stop yourself from comparing yourself to other women. That takes time and persistence, but actually staying off Instagram is something you can do right now. You can decide right now, like that. So why don't you? Put your foot down, stomp your foot down and say, no, I'm prioritizing myself. I'm not falling into this Instagram comparison hole again, because what does it achieve? Does me looking at another girl's profile and then deciding to go and dye my hair the same colour as her achieve anything? Or does it just reinforce in my brain that I need to try and appear like others because I'm not enough? Stalking hot girls on Instagram is not going to do anything for you. You're basically choosing to kind of mentally harm yourself. So if you don't want to delete Instagram, I get that, you know, maybe you're a creative like me and you want to kind of share your content on there, you need it. Or maybe it's the way that you connect with your friends and chat. Just change how you use it. Don't wake up and go on the explore page where it's not filtered to the ones that you've chosen to follow. Use Instagram for a different means. Unfollow the people that make you feel inadequate in your beautiful, beautiful body. Be very conscious with what you consume. And when you consume it, maybe have a set time that you allow yourself to go on Instagram. Just make it a very conscious experience, because I think we kind of go on our phones without even really realizing what we're doing, and we end up on Instagram without even noticing it. And something that someone recommended to me was to move Instagram every day to a different location on your phone, a different page. So then your brain doesn't get used to just scrolling 1, 2, 3, click, because it knows where Instagram, the app, is. Change it around so you can't just subconsciously go onto it in airplane mode. Right, I want you to listen to this. I want you to wake up and remind yourself that you have so much going for you, and that you are so lucky and you are gifted. You are blessed to be alive in this beautiful world. You are blessed to have other women surrounding you that get it, that get this struggle. Instead of seeing them as the enemy and thinking, I just want to be like them, I wish they were less than so I felt more than, I wish they were ugly, I wish I was the prettiest girl in the world. Instead of thinking that, think, I'm so glad that we're living through similar experiences and we can connect. Because when women connect, that is when you feel powerful. Instead of viewing these women as the enemy, view them as a potential friend, someone that you can share your insecurities with and bond over and feel less alone with. If you share your insecurities with other women, I think you'll be met with positive feedback, because we're all going through the same stuff, and it really pains me that so many women view each other as the enemy as opposed to patriarchy, capitalism, comparison culture, the way that Instagram is blimmin' laid out to play on our tendencies to compare. Instagram is a highlight reel. It encourages us to project the best versions of ourselves. So if you think about it, as that psychologist I was talking about earlier said, it's within our nature to compare ourselves to other humans. And we've then got the emergence of social media and Instagram where we boast about ourselves, basically. The two are a recipe for disaster. You to not see yourself as the problem, but kind of social media and how that's used, and also just be very aware of how we're wired as humans. You're not inadequate, and you're not just a body to be looked at or a face to be looked at and gazed upon. You're not existing in this world just to be hot and attractive, to please like the male gaze, but also just be attractive to other people. That's not why you're here. You literally die. At some point you're going to die. Imagine if you spend your whole life trying to look a certain way instead of focusing on feeling connected to others, tasting good foods, traveling the world. That should be your focus. I know this is really easy for me to say and hard to implement and hard to stick to when you're constantly being thrown these images of perfect women, but I just really want you to just have that kind of reality check. You sometimes just need to hear these things. I'm jealous of her. Her hair looks incredible. Her eyes are huge. Her lips are full. Oh, this is probably another woman who is projecting a really amazing image of herself online, and I'm sure she's amazing, but I'm sure she has her struggles and insecurities too. They might be different to mine. I might have something that she doesn't have, and she might be jealous of me actually. I'm not going to see her as the enemy. I'm going to see her as a potential friend. Don't underestimate the power of togetherness, of women loving and caring for each other. This all boils down to how we view other women and how women are viewed in society. If you think about it, if you are the most beautiful woman in the world, let's say you wake up and you're literally like perfection, what is that really going to do other than maybe attract a partner? Is having the hottest guy in the world fancy you going to solve all your problems and make you happy for the rest of your life? Personally, I don't think it is. There's just such an emphasis on appearance. I just really want to help, because I also have fallen into the trap of comparing myself to other women on Instagram. We all experience it and it's tricky. You're not alone. Shift your focus on yourself, fulfilling your desires and dreams and setting boundaries and just looking after yourself internally. And then I think you'll find you'll feel more beautiful outwardly. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you so much love. Please subscribe.